Olivia and Ethan were the perfect couple to the outside world. They were both successful in their careers. Olivia was a lawyer while Ethan owned a successful real estate agency. They lived in a beautiful home and had been together for nearly a decade. They had been introduced to each other by a mutual friend, and since the first meeting, they became inseparable. However, behind closed doors, their relationship was marred by a dark and insidious force. As years went by, Ethan's insecurities began to manifest in destructive ways. He became increasingly controlling, critical, and manipulative, eroding the foundation of trust and love they had built. At first, Olivia dismissed Ethan's hurtful comments and behavior, believing it was just stress or a temporary phase. But as the emotional abuse escalated, Olivia found herself constantly walking on eggshells, afraid of triggering his anger and criticism. Ethan would belittle her achievements, isolate her from friends and family, and use guilt as a weapon to control her actions. The first sign that something was seriously wrong was when Olivia discovered Ethan was monitoring her messages and social media accounts without her consent. When she confronted him, he justified his actions by claiming it was out of love and concern. Olivia, torn between her love for Ethan and her need for personal freedom, allowed this intrusion to continue. As the emotional abuse deepened, Olivia's self-esteem crumbled. She felt like she could do nothing right and was constantly anxious about Ethan's reactions. She withdrew from her friends and family, as Ethan had successfully isolated her from her support system. One night, after a particularly cruel verbal attack from Ethan, Olivia finally reached her breaking point. She stormed out of the house and drove to her mom's house, who lived in a neighboring town. She cried uncontrollably as she narrated to her mom what she had gone through for all those years. Her mom had, however, noticed that Olivia had changed. Olivia's once radiant personality had now been replaced with what her mother described as aloofness. When her mom raised these concerns, Olivia had attributed them to her demanding work as a lawyer. Alarmed by the extent of the emotional abuse, she encouraged Olivia to seek help. Her mom hosted her lovingly and supported her as she went through the therapy sessions. Through therapy, Olivia gained the strength to recognize that she was in an abusive relationship. When Olivia finally confronted Ethan, he initially denied any wrongdoing but soon realized that she was serious about ending the relationship if the abuse continued. He reluctantly agreed to attend therapy sessions with Olivia. During therapy, Ethan began to recognize his abusive behavior and underlying insecurities. He made an effort to change and sought individual counseling to address his issues. As the healing process began, Olivia and Ethan faced a long and difficult journey to mend their relationship. While Ethan's transformation showed promise, the scars of emotional abuse ran deep. They both had to work tirelessly to rebuild trust and rediscover the love they had once shared.